Look, we've been very candid about this. This is a massive obligation. It is central to meeting our overall net zero targets, the decarbonisation of how we heat our homes and our buildings. Public money will be a key part of how we fund that, and we have already made commitments to funding for the duration of this Parliament. Again, it's one of the key issues in our spending review considerations right now, and it will be issues for future Parliaments as we go towards that 2030 milestone. But we will also have to work to lever in private sector investment, and that also is a key focus of what we are doing. And of course there will be, and our efforts have to be, to minimise the financial burden on individuals. But this will be a collective, as will so many different aspects of the obligation we have to meet net zero. And that is very much not just for the Scottish Government, for governments across the world, issues that we're grappling with right now.
I understand there are various initiatives looking at this, looking at raising finance, but the target's not so much 2030. The sheer physical work required to retrofit and decarbonise more than 1 million buildings across Scotland by 2030, that means the physical work will have to start now, effectively. It's going to take more than 5 years for that physical work to take place. In effect, that means the Scottish Government will have to raise the necessary financing over the next 2 or 3 years. And I'm not convinced there's enough work being done on this in terms of leveraging in the necessary private investment.
Well, if you're not convinced on behalf of your committee, our job is to engage with you so that we can give you greater confidence and you can properly scrutinise these plans. And these plans are well underway within the Scottish Government. We've made significant commitments to public funding as a contribution to this over this Parliament, and we are working to ensure that we are able to start to lever in the finance. And I think there would be a very interesting and technical debate that we could have about, and we probably need others to contribute to the phasing of this that will be needed between now and 2030, although I do concede your point that much of this will be front-loaded in terms of the infrastructure that is needed. It's one of, I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know, when this is one of the most significant and difficult challenges we face, but not meeting it is not an option, because we need to meet the net zero targets. So we will continue to engage with your committee about the fine detail of those plans, but we're very focused on making sure not just that we've got that 2030 target in mind, but that we're taking decisions with the appropriate phasing, because if we don't do that, as you're saying, meeting that target will not be possible.